your grave or nothing, or maybe they tattoo your name on you or whatever, but tattoo can be removed too.
Did you see yourself this far? Looking back, did you see yourself doing this? Was this a dream of yours?
Actually, no, to be honest. Growing up, I never see myself being this far. I never see myself doing this for this long, to be honest. At 8 years old, I could have never imagined me, sitting here. People ask me my story, of I was 8 years old, and somebody tell me a couple of years now, you're going to be on TV. I'll tell them, you probably the most craziest person I ever saw. I never imagined this for myself. I never imagined me doing this long, because dancing wasn't even my first passion, Music was always a part of my life. I used to play with the saxophone. I thought I was going to be, inside a barn or whatever, somewhere like my brother. But I never saw myself taking a different route in music, and dancing. I always used to dance, at my family gathering. We have little dance contests or whatever, and I always used to win. But I never be taking it this serious for this long, to be honest. So somebody tell me, oh, you such good at it, or was this your first love? I'd be telling them, no, actually, Instrument was my first love. My brother used to play music all the time, every genre of music. I believe he was the one who gave me the love of music. Then my mommy gave me the love of dance, and I just put them two together, and yeah.
Now you can watch the ZNS network of channels absolutely free. That's right, ZNS is now broadcasting 3 separate channels, free to air on Channel 13. One channel has the regular ZNS TV HD programming. One is the Parliamentary channel, and one... You're watching the ZNS network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, motorists can expect road repairs on Farrington Road to be completed in about a week. Bahamas Air adding temporary flights for international travelers visiting the island of Eleuthera. And a woman whose home was burned down weeks ago gets help from a non-profit organization.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. The Ministry of Tourism has leaped into action to ensure that the economy of the island of Eleuthera isn't battered with tourists unable to traverse between Central and North Eleuthera. To connect visitors who are unable to drive to their final destination, the national flag carrier Bahamas Air has brought on stream flights to and from North Eleuthera's International Airport to Governor's Harbor. Now, according to Senior Director of Airlift Development Tyrone Sawyer, the goal is to preserve the airlift and the visitor experience.
For instance, if a customer comes to North Eleuthera, there's no way to get to the Cove or no way to get to Governor's Harbor. They then make their own arrangement. They in turn then make their own return arrangement, which may involve a flight into Nassau, and they take off from Nassau back to where they came from. So as a result of that, the flight by Delta from its Atlanta hub, that's where all of these flights coming from Europe, from North America, from all over the world into Atlanta, gives Eleuthera the same amount of market access that both Nassau and Grand Bahama enjoy. And that's also true of Abaco, and that's also true of Exuma. So all of a sudden, if those flights, people are no longer going on it, it affects the load factor performance of the flight. So what then happens, we lose the flight, or we get less flights, and all of a sudden we've lost the airlift and the contribution to the economy.
The Ministry of Tourism has reached out to Delta, American Airlines, Silver Airways, and to private aircraft to alert those affected passengers. Visitors headed to Harbor Island are not affected.
They're now aware that steps have been taken. It gives them more confidence in what the Ministry of Tourism is doing to help them preserve the performance of their flights. And within the next few days, the word would have spread and they would have found a way to communicate to their passengers through the Bahamas Air ticket counter at the respective airports, and where both Delta and American and also Silver have their own desks. So they would collaborate with the Bahamas Air counter as well as the Bahamas Tourist Office staff on site.
Engineers from the Ministry of Works were on the ground today assessing the Glass Window Bridge. Area Member of Parliament Ricky Mackey says while the inspection is being conducted, it appears the bridge will be available to accommodate vehicles today.
We've examined the bridge. The integrity is still intact. And so there are one or two things that we want to do in order to make the transition of those persons who are traversing the bridge much smoother. And I'm anticipating we will have all of that done. And so the Glass Window Bridge will be open for small vehicular traffic. We understand the significance of the bridge and what it means to the continuous economic development of North Eleuthera. And so it's in our best interest to get that bridge open, but we've not taken any safety shortcuts. We've ensured its safety, and so we'll anticipate having it open.
Now this just in, the Glass Window Bridge is now open to the motoring public. Social Services ending its RISE pilot program, which allowed clients to access funds for food and other assistance. The program was facilitated through a loan from the IDB. Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Lanisha Rolle, outlined why it was discontinued.
Which discontinued as a result of the date the program was set in the contract to conclude August 2017. By letter dated the 27th of July 2017, the Inter-American Development Bank wrote, and I quote, "The program experienced execution challenges and achieved limited results," end quote. Mr. Speaker, to settle the intent of mischief makers, I find it once again necessary for me to clarify for the public that RISE was a pilot project monitored by the Inter-American Development Bank and functioning on their loan facility. The former government did not meet targets under the contract, and thus it was discontinued.
Minister Rolle also spoke to changes set to unfold with the Urban Renewal Program.
We are reviewing draft legislation to give the program legislative teeth, rebranding the centers in terms of appearance and philosophy, and simply enhancing what we have found. Mr. Speaker, it will be remiss of me to say that I found nothing in urban renewal. Indeed, there is a foundation that has been laid, and we will build upon it to make it even better. One division within urban renewal is the small homes unit. Mr. Speaker, I wish to commend that unit and the team. Since becoming functional in October of last year, they have already completed nearly 100 homes in need of minor roof repairs under the signature Minor Roof Repair Project.
Road repairs on Farrington Road should be completed pretty soon, and plans to fix the nagging potholes have begun. DeAndre Williamson has an update on the ministry's $10 million road improvement project.
Farrington Road repairs are progressing smoothly following Ministry of Works officials receiving approval from major utility companies to commence paving.
Even though we had Farrington Road scheduled for paving since like the middle of February, we had to wait until Water and Sewage and BTC and I think Cable Bahamas did some additional planned works that they needed to do. So once we got the all clear from them last week, then we started the paving process.
We are milling the surface of Farrington Road, clearing around the boxes to manage the levels so that when we lay asphalt, hopefully on Monday morning, we'll be able to efficiently execute that task.
The Farrington Road Improvement Project is a part of a $10 million initiative to improve roads throughout New Providence. Of that budget, Farrington Road costs
it's approximately $730,000.
The road repair project is ongoing and other busy thoroughfares are expected to receive similar treatment.
One of the major roads that needs to be paved is Village Road and Soldier Road, from Shirley Street all the way to Blue Hill Road. But both BEC and Water and Sewage, BPL, and Water and Sewage have advised that they have major infrastructure works in those roads, so it isn't anticipated that we will be able to get to those roads until later in the year. But we have a whole long list of other roads that we would be able to keep the process going.
The Ministry of Works also began a $370,000 pothole repair initiative, which commenced a week ago and should take about 8 weeks to complete.
We have divided the island in 9 zones, and we have 9 different contractors who is responsible for these zones, and it covers all the constituencies.
Farrington Road is currently going through the milling process. That's where the old tar is being scraped up. However, the Ministry of Works would like motorists to remain patient because this road will be paved by next Friday. For ZNS Network News, I'm Leandre Williamson.
And still to come, Inagua students learning more about careers on the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
I guess I was too big-eyed. You promised me so much. I gave up my time, my friends, my connections, and my contacts. And this is how you treat me? I should have never left my mean squeeze for this side piece with all these funny numbers and things.
Why switch when you can stay with the company that covers every island, rock, and key? BTC, every day.
Every dream needs a gentle push. Every tomorrow needs a warm embrace. Every ambition needs hope to take flight and the faith to pursue a unique goal. At Commonwealth Bank, we make it happen for you. Today, tomorrow, and into the future. Commonwealth Bank. Everything we do it for you.
With KFC's Family Deal, everything is under control.
Dad genius.
Enjoy our family deal with 8 pieces of freshly prepared chicken, large family fries, and 4 biscuits. All for just $20 including VAT. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us to
reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball, create a fun and interactive United FC,
go a little bit further for our animal friends,
feed thousands of Bahamians every year,
preserve our natural habitat,
and celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Main Street.
The Caribbean Bottling Team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Students from the all-age school on the island of Inagua are getting fit to join the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. The group participated in a quick training exercise to see if they really have what it takes to become a Marine. 12 seniors got the hands-on training from leading Seaman Roll, who spared nothing in getting the troops in shape. The students also got the opportunity to board the HMBS Derwent Knowles and see how Marines live at sea. Also applauding the young troops was officer in charge of the island, Superintendent James Moss, who said the exercise exposes the youngsters to the careers in law enforcement. The University of the Bahamas was a beehive of activity today with over 1,000 high school students from 16 public and private schools flocking to the tertiary institution for a taste of college life. Tashina Robinson Blair reports.
Through guided campus tours and comprehensive information sessions, the goal is to have students immerse themselves in the university experience, according to Patsy Wilson, a director in the Office of Recruitment and Admissions.
The objective for us today is to let the high schools know about the University of the Bahamas. Our program offering the university is the university of choice. Let them also get a feel of student life activities at the university. Additionally, to meet our faculty, to meet our students, to meet our clubs and all the organizations at the University of the Bahamas. So they moving from high school to university and get the feel of university life here.
During a mini pep rally on the Oaksfield campus basketball court, UB Provost Dr. Linda Davis said scholarships are available for students short on funds, but the university has some criteria.
We want to see good national exam results. We want to see a consistent record, a consistent academic record throughout your time in high school. And we want to see a record of your participating more globally in co-curricular activities. By that I mean any clubs, athletics, or related areas.
Two CV Bethel students taking full advantage of the campus tour were Deshae Lewis and Patrick Nesbitt. Both hope to attend the university.
I attend to join the University of the Bahamas for the fall semester and join the business program. And I attend to learn more information about the program while I visit the other day for the open house.
I plan to gain a lot of information from the nursing program. I plan to take up this fall semester at University of the Bahamas, and I look forward to learning a lot of things about it so I get off a little jump start for when I come here.
On the other side of campus at the Culinary Arts and Tourism Studies Courtyard, the University of the Bahamas Counseling Services Department and Job Placement Advisory Committee hosted its career fair targeting university students about to graduate. For college students still determining their passion and purpose, the university hosted a job symposium. The career fair featured 28 companies from a cross-section of industries. Jana Johnson, chair of UB's Job Placement Advisory Committee and vice president of AdWorks Multimedia Marketing, said those businesses were looking to recruit new hires.
Students were told to be prepared, come dressed to impress, bring your resumes, make sure you have your act together because these companies are serious, they have opportunities for you, and you have to be able to take advantage of them. So we have companies here that are interviewing students ready to give jobs today.
Lourdes Knowles, career fair and symposium organizer, said the event was not a one-shot deal. The assistant professor said the university facilitates job connections year-round.
We have a website that connects our students to business partners throughout the year. And students can put their resumes on the site, and business partners can also log in as well, and they can check resumes to see if there are students that fit with openings that they have and maybe fit in with the company's culture, what have you, and students. So that's a connection that goes on throughout the year.
For ZNS News Network, I'm Tashina Robinson Blair.
Freemasons are lending a helping hand to a woman whose Bimini Avenue home burned down 2 weeks ago. Crystal Darling reports.
A mother of five's house caught on fire last month when she went to change a diaper and rested a candle on the windowsill. The heavy wind blew her curtain into the fire and the flame became too much to control. Landlord Valerie Johnson Brown, who shares the same yard with the mother, Latanya Ferguson, who was camera shy, says that they are grateful to their neighbor for stepping in to help. She added that upon coming home that day, she blacked out from seeing the house on fire, and she told us what happened when she came to.
For the mother, they had to carry her because her pressure was extremely high. And the little girl, it was so much for her. She had 2 sets of seizures, so they had to take her in. She went in one ambulance and I went in the other. And she was in the trauma room from that night until that morning, which was Sunday morning, when both of us was discharged. Yeah, but like I told him on behalf of our good neighbor, he came to our aid right away. He didn't waste no time at all. He just told me, Miss Brown and Miss Johnson, I will do my endeavor best on what I can do. I go into my brothers, them in the lodge.
We spoke to Gregory Miller, Neely's lodge brother, who is spearheading the project arranged by the lodge brothers. He says they discussed the matter in their WhatsApp group and spent the last week preparing to execute the plan.
He also said that what she needed most was some place to sleep. She said that if we could only even just build a structure with just the top on top for her and her kids, she'll be most grateful. So what I did was, being a contractor that I am, I told Ms. Johnson that what we'll do is we'll go to the Ministry of Works and try to get an approved drawing for a wooden structure that has already been in the archives of Ministry of Works, which along her and myself, what we did, which is right here. And so we intend to, on next week, now that we get the drawing, to start the construction of the rebuilding of the home.
Miller and his team are also reaching out to the public for any donations persons may have for the family affected.
We had opened up a fire relief account at Royal Bank, Palmdale branch. The account number is 288-1456. So we like that all donations, pledges, and so forth be given to that, made to that account.
Various contractors have chipped in to help the family, including Brown's Development Group, Electro Telecom, Gibson's Trucking, and Apex Underground. The work is expected to continue as donations come in. Persons have also been donating clothes and other household items for Ms. Ferguson and her children. Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
The National High School Track and Field Championships officially kicked off this morning. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Financial dreams only become a reality when we make the commitment to ourselves and our financial future. Let Leno help you bridge your dream into a reality. Leno Corporate Services offer individual retirement plans, pension administration, investment management, brokerage and trading, accounting, payroll, and corporate services.
Leno, bridging possibilities. Contact us at 396-3225.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The official opening for the National High School Track and Field Championships took place this morning at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. 67 schools from New Providence, Grand Bahama, and the Family Islands taking part in the march. Some 900 athletes in total competing in the under-13, under-15, under-17, and under-20 divisions for both boys and girls. Among those bringing remarks was the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honourable Michael Pintard, and B3A's Second Vice President, Norris Bain.
You are the best of what our country has produced. In order for us to grow as a nation, we need you to continue to stay on the positive track that you're on. We love you, we're pulling for you, we're in your corner. God bless you and have an incredible championship.
It's a strong commitment to track and field and to the development of our youth. The reason we are all here today, to compete to the best of the best. This championship speaks to the commitment that all of us hold for the sport that brings you here to compete for the highest honor, to be the best, win, lose, or draw.
Actual competition at the High School Track Nationals got underway yesterday. The highlight of day one was Sacs Denisha Anderson setting a new record in the under-20 girls high jump, a clearance of 5.7, clipping the old mark of 5.5 3/4 by Deja Moss last year. In the under-17 boys triple jump, the Big Red Machine Chima Johnson soared 47.9, while 8 Mile Rock's Latrell Taylor was right behind, a pop of 46.4 3/4. Both surpassed the Crifter standard of 44.11.5 when Dira Moss of St. John's just missed out on the Crifter standard of 56.68 in the under-20 girls 400. She won in a time of 56.71. The NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships underway in College Station, Texas. 4 Bahamians in the mix. Warming up as we speak, Laquan Nin of Arkansas ahead of the men's long jump. After 3 jumps, he'll need to be in the top 9 to move into the finals. Also tonight, Pedria Seymour of Texas will be in Heat 1, Lane 7 of the women's 60-meter hurdles. The top 2 of the 2 heats and the next 4 fastest times advance to the finals tomorrow. As for the other 2 Bahamians, they will see their first taste of action tomorrow. Nebraska's Kaiwan Culmer in the men's triple jump, while Carmisha Cox will run on Purdue's women's 4x4 relay team. From the college hardwood last night, Dwight Colby had 2 points, 5 boards for Western Kentucky. They won 90-78 over UAB in the quarterfinals of the Conference USA tournament. As for Nathan Bain, he also had 2 points for Stephen F. Austin. They took down Central Arkansas 86-64 in the second round of the Southland Conference tournament. Colby, Bain, both back on the court today, along with Travis Munnings and DeAndre Ayton. Colby and the Hilltoppers, they just finished up a while ago against Old Dominion. He had 5 points, 7 rebounds, a steal in the block. Western Kentucky moving on 57-49. Up next now in the conference championship game will be Marshall. That's tomorrow. A win there means Colby and the Hilltoppers will be moving on to the NCAA tournament. As for how the schedule looks later on, Bain and Stephen F. Austin face off with Nicholls State at 8:30. Munnings and Louisiana Monroe, they also have an 8:30 tip against Georgia Southern in the semifinals of the Sun Belt Conference tournament. Ayton and number 19 Arizona, they will be on court at 9 o'clock for their Pac-12 semifinal showdown against UCLA. Back here at home, the South Andros Basketball League Best of 7 first-round playoffs back on court last night. Rolls busing. They got 32 points from John Woodside. Jeffrey Francis added 26, while Aaron Roll had 20 in an 85-57 win over the Kemps Bay Lions. Quentin Ferguson also with 32 in the loss for the Lions, who now trail that series 2-0. As for the other half of the bracket, South Andros High, they took care of the Bluff Young Ballers 84-80 behind 38 points from Cavano Parker. Randy Ramming had 25 in the loss. South Andros also up 2-0 in that series, and Game 3 in both series is set for tomorrow. The Luther Basketball Association first-round playoffs, those opened up last night. In the North, the Harbor Island Panthers took Game 1 62-51 over the Harbor Island Warriors. Game 1 in the South rescheduled for 7 o'clock tonight in JC between the Governor's Harbor Crusaders and Palmetto Point Blazers. Game 2 in the North also being played tonight in Bryland. The Bahamas Softball Federation annual general meeting and election of officers will take place 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture conference room. Nominations will be taken from the floor. Ted Miller is seeking the post of president once again. And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Happy birthday, Ariana. Happy birthday to you. What's this for?
I want to say some cake for you.
Ever since you guys moved to the Family Islands, I have missed so many birthdays.
Yes, Mommy. We gotta thank BTC for bringing the internet to our community.
You're right, honey. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Grammy. Say bye, Grammy.
The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas advises that the Bahamas will revert to daylight saving time on Sunday, March 11th at 2 a.m. So remember to spring forward and switch your clocks ahead 1 hour. This is a service of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller, pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light 810 AM for the conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, warming trend is expected to begin tomorrow, but it will be short-lived as it will pave the way for yet another cool down in the early part of next week. So do stay tuned. The details coming up later in the newscast. But outside of our studios, we have partly cloudy skies. Your temperature a cool 70 degrees, relative humidity at 49%. The winds are out of the north at 4 knots. Your barometric pressure 1,019.0 millibars. That is 30.09 inches, and it is falling. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned. More weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. But don't go anywhere. News from the north is up next.
Preparing for a relaunch. Straw vendors trying to recover from a devastating fire. And a new video could be used as a marketing tool for Grand's Bahama.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the Urban Renewal Program is getting back on track. The initiative established to impact the lives of Bahamians throughout the country has, for the past several months, been somewhat dormant on Grand Bahama. Tonight, the Deputy Director for the program here in the North is giving an update on the way ahead for urban renewal. They have been mandated to revitalize and transform inner cities and urban spaces throughout the country. Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Grand's Bahama and Bimini, Senator the Honorable Jasmine Turner Darius says that here on Grand's Bahama, the main office is now open and ready to serve.
We are open and we are active and operational, and we are ready to serve the Grand Bahamian community. The staff is basically getting ready for orientation now, and so the staff is already completed, and so we will see, and we're hoping for a strong team. It's a team of highly professional, qualified individuals that have the community at heart and that really want to work in their inner cities and see change and impact lives.
She says they are currently focusing on the Small Home Roof Repair Initiative to assist those that were impacted by previous hurricanes.
Grand Bahama has experienced the tragedy of the last 2 hurricanes, and we've had an assessment team from New Providence led by Mr. Avi Penn, and they were assessing the damages in the homes. And so for people that are interested, you can pick up a form at any one of the urban renewal centers, and you would have to provide your passport information, a photo, and proof of ownership of the land so that the applications can be properly processed during this time. But we are excited to be in the community. We're excited to impact lives, and the motto for urban renewal is people serving people, and that is what we're here to do.
Urban Renewal also caters to the youth throughout the country. There are 5 centers on Grand Bahama, 1 in each constituency. Darius says they are also open and offering a variety of programs for students to take part in.
The programs that we have are after-school program, we have a reading and literacy program, there's a computer program. We also have a very strong and robust music program where we have all of the instruments that are played that you can think of. They are active, and parents that want their children involved. The Pine Ridge Urban Renewal Center is the hub for that particular program.
At least one straw vendor in the International Bazaar who was affected by that fire on Tuesday is already making a comeback. The blaze erupted around 4 a.m. and destroyed one of 3 buildings in the straw market section of the bazaar, leaving some 11 vendors displaced. Tonight, Sabrina Brown talks with the vendor who set up a makeshift shop just 2 days following the blaze.
The shell of the burnt-out building in the International Bazaar remains cordoned off, a grim reminder of Tuesday's devastating fire. Carol Curry is one of 11 vendors who lost all of their inventory in that blaze. However, she says she is determined to bounce back. She has established a temporary setup to sell her Bahamian craft. Daughter Tanya Curry says her mother was able to resume operation quickly because of overwhelming support from the community.
We decided to come out with tables and people talked to us, and Mommy had an overwhelming support from the church and other persons, and they donated little stuff to her and they told her to come out.
Tanya says although the situation is challenging, they are not discouraged.
We are finding hope, and we're going to give the government a chance because we know they have to do a lot to get us together. So instead of just waiting on them, we decided to see what we can do on our own.
Tow operator Patrick Victor has been directing his passengers to the straw market while on routine stops in the International Bazaar for years. He says when he saw the destruction caused by that fire, he was even more compelled to help.
You have to help people, and that's what we're here for on this planet. That's what I believe. And yes, I direct them and let them know that, particularly in this area, since the bazaar has had some challenges over the many years, I direct them over there so they can help the 2 or 3 that are left who are trying to make it.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The Bahamas Immigration Department taking another foreign national to court for breach of the Immigration Act. Haitian national 40-year-old Francie Elsinore arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson and charged with illegal landing and possession of a fraudulent resident permit. Elsinore pled guilty to the charge of illegal landing and was convicted and fined $300 or, in default, served 1 year in prison. Elsinore initially pled not guilty to possession of a fraudulent resident spouse permit with intent to deceive an officer, but later decided to change his plea to guilty. He was convicted and ordered to pay $3,000 or serve 2 years in prison. He was ordered to be deported upon payment of fine or completion of custodial sentence. Elsinore was arrested by immigration officers who were on routine patrol in the Fortune Hills area. Elsinore claims that he was deported to Haiti, but he returned in 2009. It is a life-saving piece of equipment used by emergency rescue personnel to extricate victims of traffic accidents, as well as other rescues from small spaces. This device was first used in 1963 as a tool to free race car drivers from their vehicles after crashes. Tonight, fire crews will give us a brief demonstration on how this powerful tool works. It is a specialized tool that many associate with only one particular job, but Inspector Eli Aristar, attached to the Fire Services Department here in Grants, Bahama, is shedding some light on the capabilities of the Jaws of Life.
That tool is what we use for maybe forcible entries when we need to getting buildings that may be on fire, or someone might be trapped in the building and there's no access to it. So this type of tool we would use to gain access into that building, and also helps us to create some type of opening. Now, but what most persons normally know the Jaws of Life tools to be is when we use it to extricate persons out of vehicles that may be involved in a traffic accident. We usually had a term, the fire department cut persons out of vehicles. That is not normally the case, that we cut persons out of vehicles. We actually extricate them out of the vehicles, meaning we cut away any materials, any metals that may be holding or restricting that person's movement, and then we allow the EMS personnel to take that person out safely.
The Jaws of Life is comprised of 3 specialized tools that perform various tasks in the event of an emergency. Aristar explains how they come together to form the life-saving tool.
That'll be the generator that supplies the power to the tools. We also have a spreader And we also have a cutter and a ram. And in the combination, all those tools are called the Jaws of Life tool. And each of them serve a different function. The cutter itself is simply as the name applies. It acts as a big scissors for metal, and that cuts away the metal. The spreader, it just opens up or compresses metal in order for us to get. And the ram just gives us more of the I guess we could stretch the metal, let's put it that way, and to gain openings so that EMS personnel could get inside the building.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
You name it, and Dolly's got it in the bag. That means they have it all. Gorgeous rooms to go furniture and accessories, Radio Shack electronics and musician supplies, Ace hardware and housewares, Whirlpool and GE appliances, Ace paint and supplies, the Garden Center. We have thousands of items to choose from to make your home run. And Dolly Madison is committed to providing you with quality name brand products at great everyday savings. Yes, Dolly Madison Home Center's got it in the bag.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Balearia, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags. Your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Sands Beer in association with A Social Affair and Prime Media presents Soca Fusion, starring
Queen of Bacchanal,
the Queen of Bacchanal, Destra.
I grew up as a real good girl.
Bahamas, this is your girl Destra, Queen of Bacchanal, aka Lucy.
Now they say I lose.
And on the 10th of March, I will be in Freeport for Soca Fusion.
Also performing Famanapi, Ultimate Rejects, and DJ Salty. Also performing Duwani Shante. Music by Passport Gangs, Tico T, and Cheeky Fire. Hosted by JJ and Purple the Entertainer. It's Soca Fusion.
Everybody take a
Saturday, March 10th at A Social Affair Ground. Advanced general admission tickets are $30, $40 at the gate. Advanced VIP admission $50, $60 at the gate. Purchase tickets at Modivas Boutique, Homeboys Bar, Mangra Skin Bar and Lounge, and at Entwine.
We coming to mash up the place. See you there!
Pizza Hut Lovers Pizzas give you more of what you love. Meat lovers get more meat. Cheese lovers get more cheese. Veggie lovers get more veggies. Pepperoni lovers get more pepperoni. When you purchase a large Lovers Pizza, you get any small one-topping pizza for just $2. Pizza Hut will donate that $2 to the Grand Bahama Children's Home. Get your large Lovers Pizza, spend an additional $2, and get any small one-topping pizza for just $2. For the love of children at Pizza Hut Freeport.
It's Tico T and El Pinko's birthday bash featuring Young Jeezy. Saturday, March 31st, Gombe Park. Tickets sold at all Fluid Factory locations.
It is exciting, innovative, it is fresh, and yes, awe-inspiring.
Phenomenal with Joan Davis Roll.
This Friday, March 9th at 8 p.m. Only on the ZNS Television Network.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A rapper and a DJ promoting the island of Grand Bahama through his music. The Christian DJ says that this new mixtape steps out of the box of what is expected from a Christian rapper and relates to everyone at every level. The new release includes a video that can go a long way in helping to promote the islands of the Bahamas. God's Young One, better known as DJ Geo, releasing new music recently. The rapper says that he worked on the project for several months, and his music covers a wide range of topics and emotions. Most commonly known as a Christian rapper, Gio says that this new mixtape will surprise everyone, as the music is extremely relatable.
And a lot of people hit me up and they say, man, this album really blessed me, this album really touched my heart. I'm inspired by this album. I got friends that's not Christian, and that's why the name of the album is called Stepping Out the Box, to show that I'm not in the box. You know, I'm out the box. You know, they're talking to the dudes that's on the streets, you know, dudes that's on drugs, dudes that's addicted to whatever situation. My song has the message and the encouragement on there, man, the motivation on there to help somebody that's going through. Because I was once that dude who was selling the weed. I was once that dude who was smoking. You know, I was once that dude that was just, you know, involved with all kind of negativity. So my thing is not to come with a mixtape that's like on a churchy religious side, but something that, you know, everybody loves music. I think the biggest music so far is music that when you tell the truth about what's going on, you know, when you go through hurt, you go through pain, and you put that in your music, and people be like, man, I can relate to that.
One of the songs that is gaining major recognition worldwide is titled Better in the Bahamas. He says the goal with this song was to promote the islands of the Bahamas, but with a younger twist.
It's a really beautiful song that really represents our island, really big up our island. You know, you got the saying that says better in the Bahamas. So, and the song is like a remix, a young vibe to it. Got my wife, she's singing on it. And the song title says, it's a beautiful day, sunny Bahamas. It's better, it's better, it's better, it's better in Bahamas. It's a beautiful song, man. And like I said, we have a lot of beautiful, the beaches. We shot it right on Taino Beach. Got to show the real island side of our island.
Gio says that while many persons focus on the negative aspects of the island, he wanted to shed light on all of the things we should be thankful for. He says his inspiration came from a U.S. rap song that highlighted the city of Atlanta.
And the way they bigged up their place where they stay at, and I was like, you know what? I would love to do a song that represents our island. You know, a lot of people, they look at the negative and they look at the bad or saying things ain't getting better, man. But when you look at our beaches, and, you know, we have a lot to be grateful for, because some places in the United States, when they come over, when the tourists come over here, they be like, man, y'all beaches is nice. We don't even have this in the U.S. So I just wanted to show a gratitude, to show people, hey, we love our island. It's a beautiful island. So come on to the Bahamas, where it's better in the Bahamas. So that was my thing, to do a song just to represent the Bahamas.
Gio's new mixtape, Stepping Out of the Box 3, was released on February 22nd and features 16 songs.
It's better. It's better. It's better. It's better. It's better in Bahamas. It's better. It's better. It's better. It's better.
The Defense Force Rangers coming together to clean up the Pine Ridge community. Rangers instructor Darrell Jones says they reached out to social services and urban renewal a few months ago to put together a cleanup campaign. Leading woman Yolande Gibson of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force also involved in the effort. She says it's important to get the youth involved in activities such as these.
Today we have about 81 Rangers here on the ground. That's about half of what we have in total in Grand Bahama. Also we have the Defense Force here. We have the Defense Force guys here, and we're here to get it done. We have some fence to fix, some debris to clean up.
It's about giving back. Mostly we try to give back, especially in these urban areas, because most of the Defense Force, most of our senior officers, the core of the force comes from these kinds of areas. And it's important to build these areas so persons can come back and say, this is where I came from, but you don't have to, you start here, but you don't have to stay here.
Center Manager for Urban Renewal in Pine Ridge, Bianca Taylor, says they are thankful for the assistance.
We are so elated. We are very excited for them to be here. You know, we're situated in an area that absolutely needs help. So we were very excited to find out that they want to start off in Pine Ridge with assisting us here at the center and then moving out into the community to assist them as well.
And this note, daylight savings time begins this Sunday. So remember to turn all timepieces ahead 1 hour before going to bed tomorrow night. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi, and welcome. Continuing my special segments for World Kidney Day and keeping with this year's theme of kidney health in women, some kidney diseases such as lupus nephropathy or kidney infections typically affect women. Lupus nephritis is a kidney disease caused by an autoimmune disorder in which the body's immune system attacks its own cells and organs. Pyelonephritis is a potentially severe infection that involves one or both kidneys. Kidney infections, as most urinary tract infections, are more common in women, and the risk increases in pregnancy. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is also considered a risk factor for adverse pregnancy outcome and reduced fertility. Women who have CKD are at increased risk for negative outcomes for the mother and the baby. Pregnancies in women with advanced CKD are most challenging, with high rates of hypertensive disorders and preterm births. They may have reduced fertility, but becoming pregnant is possible even on dialysis. When on dialysis, results improve with intensive daily or nearly daily dialysis treatments. To ensure good results, as most kidney diseases, diagnosis and treatments should be timely. If you have questions about your kidneys, please email askdrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, Ricardo Lightborn is up next with a check on sports.
Freeport, get ready for Soca Fusion at a social affair grounds Saturday, March 10th. For Skybox or vendor space, call 602-6292.
When you need a warm, filling meal, head to KFC for a hot, juicy, flaky chicken pot pie. Individual sized, freshly baked, chunky chicken pot pie loaded with tender pieces of delicious KFC chicken, green peas, hearty carrots, potatoes, and a thick and savory home-style sauce. Covered with a golden crust. Chicken pot pie. Available at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
At Grand Bahama Power Company, customers are at the heart of what we do. That's why we are continually finding ways to improve our service to you. You can avoid the line and pay your bill at our 24-hour kiosk at any time. With real-time processing, payments can be submitted with cash, credit card, or check. Conveniently located at our headquarters, this simple and easy process will have you done in 5 minutes or less.
Sands Beer in association with a social affair and Prime Media presents Soca Fusion, starring
Queen of Bacchanal,
the Queen of Bacchanal, Destra.
Grew up as a real good girl. Bahamas, this is a girl. Destra, Queen of Bacchanal, aka Lucy. Now they say I lose. And on the 10th of March, I will be in Freeport for Soca Fusion. I lose that on, lose it.
Also performing Farmanapi, Ultimate Rejects, and DJ Salty. Also performing Duwani Shante. Music by Passport Gangs, Tico T, and Cheeky Fire. Hosted by JJ and Purple the Entertainer. It's Soca Fusion.
Everybody take a
Saturday, March 10th at a social affair ground. Advanced general admission tickets are $30, $40 at the gate. Advanced VIP admission $50, $60 at the gate. Purchase tickets at Mo Divas Boutique, Homeboys Bar, Mangra Skin Bar and Lounge, and at Entwine.
We coming to mash up the place. See you there!
The Floca Rifter Games Bahamas 2018, featuring athletes in 26 countries across the region. Friday, March 30th to Monday, April 2nd at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. It's track and field at its best as our competitors run faster, throw further, and jump higher. The competition will be fierce as the Bahamas attempts to recapture the crown from arch rival Jamaica and keep Trinidad and Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean off their heels. Experience the energy of Junkanoo. Get your flags out, bring your whistles, goatskin, drums, and cowbells. Lickin' with the rhythm. It's going to be sizzling hot, off and on the track. The Floca Rifter Games, March 30th to April 2nd at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. You just have to be there.
This portion of the news is brought to you by In Style Boutique. Be fashionable, be trendy, be in style.
Everybody in sports, member Carter Light born, and tonight this one goes out to Freeport Gospel Chapel School. You see, they're holding their concert in the park tonight, in the yard. That is going to be a great one. Cooling Waters will be there. Simeon says he'll show up tonight. Also, the youth choir, and yeah, they tell me I could come by and sing. I just may. You never know. The Grandma Volleyball Association on court, the YMCA gym. They're co-ed. So let's go see what's happening at the Y.